welcome to the EAVI Conversation 2020 again. I'm very, very happy to welcome our special guest today. Is really a mysterious one, just for a little bit longer. Is somebody that I have had conversations in the past quite often, in fact quite continuously, believe me. Is not necessarily we agree each other, on the contrary, but we are both good character, patient and tolerant, so we come to terms. And I'm pretty sure that you won't expect him to be here. So are you ready? Are you ready for that? So our special guest today is Paolo Celotta. Paolo is most of you know him. Is the founder of EAVI. He has been involved with media literacy in Europe for quite some time now, and here he is. Hello, Paolo.
Hello. Thanks.
You haven't changed much since last time that we met each other, haven't you? So
yeah. By the way, you talk too long.
Yeah. Well, possibly. Let's come to the topic of our conversation today. You have had the privilege, I have to say, together with me, to meet all our guests in this series, 1 hour each. And I'm sure that you have enjoyed the conversation. What did you learn from them? Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, I was very fortunate, in fact, to chat with all of them, and I had the opportunity to refine my ideas, some assumptions, some thoughts. And on very many different aspects. With Sonia, I enjoyed. I like when she was talking about parents as acrobats in balancing the use of the media for their children, and these parents that they feel a bit isolated. Elizabeth, that she was calling for. Is to be free in our media use, and the conversation with Christopher was also very fascinating about emotions, and is how technology influence our choices.
Can I interrupt you for a second? We mentioned during the conversations is a lot of topics which are related to media literacy. But we decided, you decided probably, overall the EAVI team, to call this series "The Art of Living in the Digital Environment." Why is that? Not media literacy.
Because media literacy is a concept that is many people don't understand what it exactly means, and therefore we decide to use the art of living in the digital environment, and the 3 individual skills: critical consciousness, awareness of emotion, and digital well-being. This is some of the aspects we have talked through the conversation the beginning, and we continue to do so also with the others. So 3 individual skills within the art of living.
You also talk about the other 2 properties of this framework, that are full citizenship and a new global humanism. Is it correct?
Yeah, it's true. So, and we discussed this again with Jose Manuel when he was reminding us about the need to rethink globalization and markets, with Tapio that was suggesting not to be too moralistic and different approaches in the world about the same terminology. No, and with Facebook, Anya and Aura, no, whether they can contribute to the common good, or Caris that was telling us different approaches of media literacy in Europe, in the south of Europe, in this case, having educated public opinion and so forth. Yeah.
Personally, I found very interesting when Audrius, the representative of the European Commission, mentioned about the initiatives that they are taking, especially on policy, but also on funding media literacy.
Yeah, it was very nice to hear from the Commission that EAVI has been successful in the case in translating some of our activities and lobbying into policy. Audiovisual Media Service Directive is about there is a lot of emphasis on disinformation. As Juliana said, media literacy is not just the fight to disinformation. And Divina also talked about.
You seem to have enjoyed these conversations, huh?
I did.
Me too.
I did.
It was really great. What was the best question that you have asked?
Possibly when talking to Sonia, I asked her which question should I ask you.
And by the way, did you have a favorite guest? We are not going to reveal it to everyone, but just in between you and me.
I cannot tell you. Yeah, maybe it's one.
We mention often about practical tips and suggestions. We have asked our guests to provide out of their knowledge and experience as advice to our audience. And let me say, by the way, that we really have a huge number of participants today. So you should be very pleased with that, all of us. In fact, I want to ask you,
surprise,
again, talking about tips and advice, within this COVID infodemic, as the European Commission calls it, the infodemic bit, obviously, what do you think that people should do? We are all at home, we are all in front of a screen for so many hours per day, online. What would you say?
Well, possibly to work on our attention, to be able to pay attention to distractions, to be critical, but more importantly to be aware, to be able to observe our own behavior, for instance, when we are online.
And what about those that are already a bit in media literacy? They know what it's about. They are either students or teachers or researchers, working in civil society organization. How can they deepen their own knowledge about this subject?
Well, they can watch and listen again to our videos. We talk a lot about training and resources that are available already out there.
Yeah, I agree. In fact, of course I do. Can I ask you why did you organize the whole thing? Why did you do you decide to have the conversations in this format, live? It was a bit risky, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but we had the confirmation that EAVI did good in the last years. Recognition is important, that people wish to be part of a community, a network, a European in these cases to join forces, and that placing people's interest at the center of the discussion and human dimension is important too.
Yeah, you look, all the EAVI is look very professional. Did truly everything went well, and you didn't have any technical issue? You are a bit too good to be. Everything went as it was planned. Seriously.
No, we had a few problems. For instance, when Tapio went to the moon, and we have lost his voice forever.
And who of our guests you think they test the best background? We had books, we had paintings, ceilings sometime.
We had the best background, and people, they have all sorts of things, as you mentioned. That's a good way, to have.
Yeah. Let's come to EAVI. For a moment, I would like to talk a bit our, if you allow me, organization. What can we expect for the future? What do you plan for the near future? Can you talk briefly about it? We have to talk briefly about everything, because I'm constantly reminded to be brief, and so please be concise.
Welcome to the category. First of all, let me say that these conversations went beyond my expectations. So we had really good figures, and participants coming from 30 different countries. As for the future, we have to sit and analyze feedback and suggestions from the EAVI people. For sure, next in the pipeline, there is the EAVI food menu.
I see. So in the past, for those that follow EAVI in the last years, we know that you have been involved in many different activities, organizing conferences, participating to expert groups, but also doing lobbying on policy on European affairs, on expanding or nurturing your networks and then initiatives, cartoons, production, active on social media, and so on. But how is truly EAVI doing? We are a bit worried for you. Can you tell us about how EAVI is doing? It's not very easy for civil society organizations these days, is it?
I'm a bit worried too, to be honest. We have been fortunate enough to survive this period, thanks to the support of the European Commission. But we are struggling with fundraising. This is a constant concern. So maybe this could be an opportunity also for a call of cooperation with foundations, organizations, governments, by the way, and platform have to do it by law.
Thank you, Paolo. It was really a pleasure. I really enjoyed this conversation. I hope, in fact, that we will continue. If you are available,
you know where to find me.
So, thank to Paolo again, and thanks in fact to all our participants during these 10 sessions that we have had over the last 3-4 weeks. Is a thank as usual to my EAVI staff and people. And especially for your interest out there and support. We couldn't do without it. It's truly out of rhetoric. This is the kind of food that we need to nurture ourselves and to keep going. If you have comments, ideas, please, even critics, critics are always very welcome. That's our only way to improve, but not the only one, but it is interesting indeed to receive critics, constructive ones, hopefully. So do get in touch. There are various ways to do so. So the 2020 EAVI Conversations are now over. We will continue for sure in 2021, but maybe we'll do something even sooner, because it seems that the format is one that has been very much appreciated. We have received a lot of feedback, but about how and when exactly follow us on social media, for instance, or through our newsletters, and you will be the first to know about it. I would like to conclude with a short reminder that it links well, in fact, with the conversation that me and Paolo we have just had, and it links perfectly well with our idea of media literacy. So much that one of our poster, I think, is one out of the 6 that we produced a while ago, is saying is connect to yourself. Connect to yourself first is a way by which you can become, before relating to the media, whichever it is you are grounded, you are there, you are alive, you can interact, you are in control, and then you can indeed benefit from the use of the media. You can use the media well. So this is something that I feel is important to remind ourselves. So to connect to ourselves first. And this also it is in a broader way relate to the fact that I'm very much convinced, and at EAVI we are very much convinced that we should truly take care of this environment, this digital environment where we are living it. We mentioned it before. We spend many hours online, and in the same way that we must take care of the natural environment. We must do the same for this other place in which we spend most of our time, and our well-being and the one of all the other people that are living in there very much depends on them. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.